Hey, good afternoon. Are y'all awake? It's been a long day, hasn't it? Yeah, a little bit. So tell me, is it a fair assumption on my part that each of us feels a bond with one or the other of our parents more than the other? Yes? I am Lauren Schieffer. I am the Colonel's daughter. My father was a colonel in the United States Air Force. He stood 6 feet, 6.5 inches tall, and was 285 pounds on his very leanest day. The colonel had a personality that entered a room 5 minutes before he did. And so much of that which shaped me as a human being came from the colonel. Throughout my life, my father would stop in the middle of a sentence, and he would say, "Pay attention, kid. This is a road sign in your life. You have to decide whether or not you're going to follow it." It wasn't until after he passed that I realized that the road signs were life lessons. They were guideposts that he knew would be essential to my health, my happiness, and my positive impact on this world. One of those road signs that had the most impact, Dad said, "Pay attention, kid. Anyone can be successful. Choose to be significant." So many times we spend so much time chasing success, and we forget to focus on true significance. You see, because significance has nothing whatsoever to do with how much money you make. It has nothing to do with the title you hold. It has nothing to do with your perceived power. Significance is entirely about how many lives you touch and the manner in which you choose to impact them. The colonel said, "You will know that you've been significant, kiddo. When people talk about you, they don't talk about what you've achieved for yourself, but what you have achieved in the service of other people." Now, throughout my life, I have seen examples of people who are really significant. And I've discovered that there are certain characteristics that people who are significant all have. Today I want to share with you, because of time, I want to share with you 2 of them. And the first characteristic is attitude. Now, I thought it was the colonel who said, "Your attitude determines your altitude." Since he was the first person I ever heard it from, I thought it came from him originally. Turns out it was Zig Ziglar, go figure. Your attitude does indeed determine your altitude. You see, folks, you are always leaking. Always leaking. The question is, what are you leaking? Is it positive, fragrant, or is it stale, negative, and skunky? I have never met, nor have I ever heard of anyone that is wildly successful in this world with a consistently negative attitude. I believe it is the single most important factor in your significance. You see, we've all met people. They walk into a room, the entire room lights up. And I see it consistently as I speak all across the globe, whether it's a meeting room or a ballroom or an arena. I see those great shining lights. They walk into a space and people see them and they go, "Oh, hey, I saved a seat for you. I got a seat." Okay. We've also met people. They walk into a room and they suck the very light and life from the space. And I see this too. Those great tar pits of negativity walk into a meeting room, and you suddenly get very focused on your seminar agenda. And you casually pick up your coat or your backpack and you put it in the seat next to you to indicate that that seat is not available. I see it all over the country. Folks, you cannot have an impact on people who refuse to be around you. Second characteristic, of people who have significance, who choose significance. And that is to truly understand when you can have an impact and when you can't or shouldn't. Now, that's about picking your battles. Anyone, how many of you have kids? Yeah, anyone with kids understands picking your battles. Anyone who's been married for any length of time understands picking your battles. Here's how I pick my battles in life. I ask myself, is this fundamental to my safety or anyone else's safety? My serenity or my productivity? Is it fundamental to safety, serenity, or productivity? And if it's not fundamental to one of those three things, I propose that it's not a battlefield issue for you. Don't fight it. Only fight your battlefield issues. Abraham Lincoln told us that if we want people to believe in what we fight for, we should choose to fight for very little. Only that which was critically important. My father was not quite as eloquent as Abraham Lincoln. The colonel used to say, Lauren Ann, is this the hill you want to die on today? Ask yourself if it's the hill you want to die on. And if it's not a battlefield issue for you. Don't fight it. So I'd like to share with you a gesture that I have learned from my husband. It's a nice gesture, don't worry. I learned this from my husband. If you would all just reach up with a comfortable fist. If it is not a battlefield issue for you, I encourage you to simply flush it. Often he will see me across a room, and he will see the hackles begin to go up on the back of my neck. We have been married for 32 and a half years. He can just see the hackles start to go up on the back of my neck. So he'll catch my attention, tell me he loves me. Normally it's when I'm surrounded by his family. Pick your battles. Folks, the best example of someone choosing significance that I've ever seen in my life came not from the colonel, but from a chance encounter with a woman named Valerie in October of 2007. In the bathroom outside of gate C7 in the Charlotte airport, Charlotte, North Carolina. I had a 3-hour layover that day. And so when I came off of the jet bridge, I did what every person does when they come off the jet bridge. And what is that? I went to the bathroom, right? Now, the bathrooms in the Charlotte airport all have bathroom attendants. Their job is to stay in the bathroom and make sure that the toilet paper and the paper towels are stocked. Their job is to clean up any messes that occur. All day, they stay in the bathroom. Now that seems to me kind of a yucky job. Would you agree? Yeah. I thought so until that day in October of 2007. So there I was, rolling my rollerboard, dragging my laptop bag behind me, two-fisted. I came around the corner and I heard someone singing in the bathroom. Now, I don't know about you. Me, at that moment, walking into a public restroom, hearing someone singing out loud on purpose, I thought to myself, yeah, I don't have to go that bad. I really did have to go that bad. So I continued on in and I encountered Valerie. Valerie stood 5 feet, 5 inches tall. She wore wire-rimmed glasses, had cornrows in her hair, and a crisp, starched uniform shirt. No lines, no waiting, no lines. Everybody gets a seat. Everybody gets a seat. Hey, welcome to Valerie's Happy Restroom. And as she caught my eye and led me over to the large corner stall, she says, well, looky here. I got the penthouse for you today. You are the VIP. It's very important that you get a seat in Valerie's Happy Restroom. This is where you go pee happy. I was amazed, especially when I discovered that she wasn't working for tips. I wanted to discover the secret to her success. So I invited her for a cup of coffee when she had a break. I wanted to find out if she could have such an amazing attitude in such a seemingly crummy job, what the heck was I missing? I mean, I enjoyed my job okay. I wasn't singing about it. I wanted to know what she was drinking. So I bought her a cup of coffee. She said, "Ain't no secret, Miss Lauren. Sunshine on the inside makes sunshine on the outside. If you can't have fun at work, don't go." I said, "Valerie, how do you do it? How do you put up all with the snippy people and the grumpy travelers?" She says, "They're just lost, Miss Lauren. Life be pushing on them and pushing on them. They're going so fast, sometimes they forget where they are. That's why God put me here. That's why I'm here. God put me here to remind people that sunshine on the inside makes sunshine on the outside." I said, "Valerie, you were amazing. Don't you ever want more?" Now, she had to think about that one for a minute. What more could I want, Miss Lauren? Every day, people come into Valerie's happy restroom. They be grumpy and snarling, and I send them out of here with a smile. I make them smile. I made you smile. I send thousands of smiles back out in the world every day. What more could anyone want than that? Whoa, pay attention, kid. This is a road sign in your life. I learned so much from Valerie Washington that day. I learned that happiness is in the heart, not in the circumstances. I learned that significance is about how many lives you touch and the manner in which you choose to impact them. The Colonel worked hard every day of his life to imbue in his daughters a thirst for significance and to give them the path that they could travel to achieve that significance. You see, significance is a choice. It's a choice we make every day. I am the Colonel's daughter. It's a choice I make every single day. I do so hope that you will choose to follow me in that endeavor. You see, folks, anyone can be successful. Choose to be significant. Thank you for your time.